Hello traders, welcome again to another video. It's been a minute. Without wasting time, today we're going to be talking about XAUSD, recent behaviors, and what's going on and what exactly to pay attention to regarding what's going to be happening in the next, let's say, mm, is it 19 minutes? Because you have NFP, it is NFP week, and you have NFP in the next 19 minutes, and I want us to go through what has been going on here. So, my name is Rocky Calvin, and welcome to Cashline Trading. And first of all, I want us to discuss why was gold doing what it did the previous week. I know a lot of people had a lot of losses and a lot of trillions were liquidated, but I want us to take a look at price action. There was a warning already. Okay, so apparently, when gold opened up this year, let's take a look. This was January 2026. Where's January 2026? Here we go. Here we go. No, here we go. Yeah, this is the first day. Yes, it was on a Friday. This is the first day here. You guys can tell that this specific day, this very, very specific day, we never had any bearish movement below it. It's always been going higher and higher and higher and higher. And guys, I want you to mark something. Let me remove this DSL, this DSL marking and put here. By the end of this video, you guys are going to learn a lot. I want you to pay close attention. You see that low I'm marking, that high I'm marking right there? That was the very, very first day of this year. I'm trying to explain what has been happening in gold and why this drop happened here, okay, and what to expect. So pay very close attention to this. I've marked the very first day of January. It was 2nd January. It was on a Friday, 2026. Okay, see something there? Not a coincidence. We're gonna got that. Just wait. So all these few months, or maybe for the actually it's been just a month. Actually, we're in February. We've been going higher, very bullish, creating fair value gaps, bullish, creating fair value gaps, going higher until it all-time highs. We hit 5,000. It went a little bit higher till 5,500 right there, or 5,600. Then all of a sudden we had this Thursday. I remember this Thursday, February, and people were like, "Wow, what's happening?" You see, this was a trap, especially this week. This was a trap. You see, this week was very bullish. So in this scenario, there was a lot of geopolitical factors going on, and these were the big boys, the institutions and the governments and so on. They wanted to do some damage here. So what did they do? They pump serious amount of money that week. Let's push it higher. Then Thursday, reversal, ICT reversal Thursday, classic one. That's when they plan this very, very drop that you've seen all the way. And this drop just happened in just, like literally 2 days or 3 days. Then the whole move that we had for that whole month was just went off like that. I want to take a look what was happening here based on behaviors. We've had completely green candles going high. People meaning that buyers were in complete control. So if buyers were in complete control, and you see, we don't have any liquidity to be targeting above. We are like literally on all-time highs, all these purities, all-time highs, all-time highs, all-time highs. This was already setting up ourselves for like there's something cooking somewhere. And this was it. So those who are caught off guard, it's only because they're not paying attention to exactly what was happening here. Because this was a no man's zone, like this was a very dangerous zone. And when you move to Harley, this was Thursday 29th January. Let's take a look at Harley. What really happened here? If you move to Harley, price gave us signals. This did not just happen randomly. No. Take a look at what happened. So, what happened on that Thursday? So on this Thursday, we hit all-time highs, and you see this rejection week coming back in, followed by consecutive number of weeks, like candles, hourly candles, closing within the range. ICT usually do measure this kind of this now ICT concept, advanced ICT concepts. Now, as you can see, let me remove this first. As you can see, these candles were displacing within the week. Wicks are gaps. I has talked about that, and this now explains exactly why wicks are gaps. They were all consolidating within this specific region, and this was This was something was off somewhere. So for a smart trader, you ask yourself, there's this one massive wick that all these other candles are trying to close back into. So the question is, what's going on here? A setup, probably a bearish one, is on there. Is it the making it? And given that we did not create any bullish gap here, you see, we've been trying to go higher, we go back in, we wick it, go higher, back. So there was really a lot of confusion going on here. So for a smart money trader or ICT trader, when this happens, first you acknowledge this is a week and you see how price reacted to it. It never violated it. And even if it violated it, this was good because maybe, not really maybe, if it had violated it, this was a swing high. So when this one would have violated it, we'd wait for the next candle, like we'd see how this one, which violated it, plays out. So this one plays around with the wick but closes back in on the previous candle, doesn't displace above it. What happens to the next one? The next one right here comes and closes below its body, below this specific, some people call it doji and whatever, this one here. Then the next one now gives us a displacement, creating this bearish hourly fair value gap. And this was this final signal. So apparently, a lot of people are like, "Oh man, this call has been so bullish. I'm not even thinking of selling." But the question should be, for how long have we been so bullish? For how long? Literally since the year started. Meaning that, and where we apparently we're on a premium PD rate. Price just hit all-time highs. We can see some rejection. We can see the price action right there. Then what confirms? What confirmed it is this bearish hourly fair value gap. So if you're an IC trader and you don't, just want to take advantage of it, right there, no short position, you enter on that gap like that. Stop loss would be either above the swing high right there or right there above this displacement candle, just right there exactly. Then what are you going to be targeting? So if it were me, first of all, I'd take some partials over here on this PDRA. I'd take some over here, and probably some over here under these swing lows, HSLs, and probably more here because this liquidity had to be taken. And you see that was the problem. Then where did price, stop at? The exactly previous day PDRA that was lying. This bullish hourly cap. Exactly that's where it stopped. See that? That's not coincidence. Okay. Then now we obviously had now confirmation that now for some people they would say this is now break of structure. Okay. Being backed by a bearish cap over here. And now we really want to go down, right? So you wait for a retracement on the higher. For example, you'd have, maybe created this cap, for example, created it like this. Then you monitor how price react to each level. Okay. For example, this one respected it. This one also respected it, but this was 0.5 level. Not really good. Probably 0.75 is always good. Actually, you see that? It retraced to 0.75, that gap. And when you follow the concept of time and price, because even if you take a look at what really happened here, at what time did this happen? This was more of a macro time. I'm sure this was a macro time. This one here. Then boom. Okay. So that's literally what was happening. So the question is, if you're dropping, a lot of people were now thinking, okay, now gold is done, and they're basing their analysis with, with geopolitical factors. Guys, I don't depend on geopolitical factors. I don't even care what NFP is going to do right now. All I care about is price action. That's what matters to me right now. Because if you pay attention to what the government or these other people saying, then you're going to panic. You're not really gonna. You don't even need these things. Those geopolitical factors. You just need to understand price action, because price main duty is to deliver price from discount to premium. So the only issue can be when those geopolitical factors induce high volatility into these markets that end up now violating your positions or going against your positions, because now that is serious volatility. That's why we're also being told don't trade news because of the volatility involved. But literally, if you understand liquidity, and which I'm going to be talking about in the next few I don't know. This video is gonna be quite long a little bit because I'm gonna be to give my analysis for NFP, which is in some few minutes. So okay, the drop happens and remove exactly to this PDRA, the first one. We see price respecting it, but I always tell you guys that every single week comes with its own agenda. Never trade a previous week based on, like, never trade this week based on previous week. For example, I don't like trading. I When I came to this week, I was not trading this week based on previous week. The only thing I can do is just see where did we deliver last week. Is there something left below? Do you have a swing low somewhere? Do you have PDRA somewhere? Okay. So this Monday comes in and price drops lower again. Where to? We had some swing low here. This was liquidity. Some people had put their stop loss right here, right here. Remove it, moved all of them. That was not enough. It came to the next one and balancing this PDRA. Boom. And guess which period PDRA was this? This was the first day of the year. The very first day of the year. This was well calculated. And guess what? After doing all that, we end up closing back in. Perfect. So after this closing back in, when you want to trade Tuesday, that was last week, you come in the market based on what has happened here, and you know for sure we're not interested in going any lower because based on this weekend, so you're going to be looking for buying signals. That's why I told the people. I told people on Monday that I don't expect this money to be touched. I made a post like that, but initially last Friday I was thinking that we were done with this because based on what was happening here, uh, we had already balanced this period, right? But of course we'll get liquidity first in here. So it came for it, and now on Tuesday we were looking forward buying, and that is what's happening until right now. So the question is, if you're buying from here, what are you targeting? We created a bearish gap on this new previous week opening, this one here. So this will be our first primary one target. So once price reaches here, the only question you're going to be asking yourself, how does price react after hitting this period? As you can see, today is Wednesday. The day hasn't really closed yet, but I would like to see this specific area either invalidated or respected, either two of those. So meaning that when I'm coming to the market tomorrow, I'm going to be looking at the relationship, what really happened here on this daily time frame. Did we take these highs, these swing highs, daily swing highs, DSL? I call them DSL. Did we respect them or did we go against them? And what is the relationship to this bearish fair value gap right here? If we displace them, well and good, we go in higher, boys and girls. But if we respect this PDRA, meaning that we are likely to be going lower. So going lower, the first question is, where are we going to? We're another PDRA right here. You guys need to mark all of this. You see this one here? We just created this one yesterday. This is a bullish one. So if we are dropping, this should be our first, you know, um, defense line, and we are likely to drop from here, honestly speaking, because tomorrow is Thursday. So likely tomorrow we're gonna drop and tap this one. Then Friday we continue going higher. Okay, but I won't really expect, or I won't really love to see price coming towards this low. Like literally, this is not supposed to happen. You see this low? This one here? This literally took us back to January, the first day of their of the of the of the year. And guess which date was this? It was Monday second. Second. Take a look here. Which date was this? It was second January. Hmm. February 2nd, Friday 2nd. Oh, you think that's just coincidence? Don't you see how price and time are aligning here? You see what's happening? That's why I'm telling you guys, I won't like to see this law violated. If it is violated, this law, then definitely we got a problem somewhere. Something is up. Most likely will be now in a seriously bullish. And the fact that we first closed this, we tried to close this bearish gap, and price has been like, playing around it and trying to go higher. This simply means that we are interested in going higher. And the fact that we created a new PDRA inside a PDRA, wow, this, like, guys, this is way better. This is so perfect. So what I expect with gold on the, like, generally, I'm expecting us to hit all-time highs again towards 6,000. But for us to do that, I would like to see a retracement towards this newly created P array inside a P array, which is the bullish fair value gap, which was created yesterday. So this like, and when this happens, I would like to see the board is kind of disrespecting this one, this level here. If the board is disrespect this level, then definitely we're going lower. So going lower, the first question is going to be, what are we targeting? This daily swing low, this DSL right here. This is going to be our first target. So take profit. We can target this take profit. Then the price gonna play around with this gap here a little bit. This one within this range, maybe until 0.5. Then going back higher just to give more traders opportunity to jump in for the longs again, back higher. But I don't expect the swing low to be taken. Right there, I've given you guys some secret. So you just go and take your time and pay close attention. These things, they can work better if you're only focused on one pair. Imagine if you're trading gold, trading Nasdaq, trading Euro USD. What time do you even have to completely analyze charts like this, knowing that from head to toe what's happening here? You want to, like, you're gonna miss a lot of details. This is why I tell you guys, if you take a look at most successful traders, they most of the time focus on only one pair. The furthest they can go is maybe two pairs, and those two pairs they're gonna be trading, they're gonna be correlated. So if you're trading gold and you're trading Nasdaq and the rest, then you are narrowing down your chances of success because your focus is gonna be on a lot of stuff. Okay. So that being said, I want to now go to the next video where I'm gonna be giving analysis of NFP, which is yet to happen in maybe like in 2 minutes. So let this one end right here. See you in the next one.